So
Okay.
yes, talking about the data and notes making, what we can do is we can make all those notes, just one two line, like what is the net sown area, gross sown area, what is the cropping intensity, what is the irrigation potential, how much is the, like how many dams are present in India, how many are like 50 years old, 100 years old, and like all those things. And now when it comes to any kind of disaster question or anything, or anything on those lines, like how much of area of India is prone to floods and those things. So this data is very much available, even if you refer any current affairs booklet, or even if you go by the Hindu or Indian Express. So what we have to do is not to just go through and flip the pages. We need to take a copy with us, a pen, and make the heading of that copy should be data and facts, and then just bookmark the pages and try jotting down data, and you will realize that this process would become so easy, and your answer writing and everything, you would, and all these things basically enrich the answer. Like they
Exactly.
make if you are getting like 3 marks, it will help you in getting 3.5 marks, maybe 4 marks. So do not get bogged by the fact that you do not have data, so you would not write the answer. No, do not do that, because answer writing is about clearing your concepts. Is all about that, how what all that you have read till now and that you have processed in your mind, are you able to write it down correctly? That are your thoughts are being reflected in the right manner? So do not get bogged down by the fact that you do not have data, so I won't write. No, write it down so that you know that whatever you have read is right or not. And data is only just to enrich your answers and to maybe boost your marks.
Yes, exactly. Gunjan, one more thing, as in we have some of the topics in geography, and
Yes, sir.
for example, the topic of economic geography, you have the topic
Yes,
of
sir.
regional planning, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Topic of environment geography for that matter. These topics are quite dynamic in nature.
Yes,
So
sir.
students, either they would leave this topic altogether, or they would
Mm-hmm.
prepare it in a haphazard manner. What was your
Mm-hmm.
strategy to prepare that topic?
Yes, sir. I would say that there is not paucity of sources, but there is actually multitude of sources when we talk about geography, and
Mhm.
that is where it becomes difficult for us, like which book to choose or which material to go by. And I had been facing this issue. Like I have kept the syllabus with me here, and you're talking about the economic geography.
Yeah.
So what we can do is, like we have this issue, like what to prepare in that and what not, and there is paucity of time from our side too. What we can do is, we can if we have like no source at all, or what, like how to proceed, we can go through the previous year questions, and then we can see, like I have marked in my here this in this booklet, like I've marked, like okay, limits to growth has been asked like this many times, so maybe limits to growth is important, and this is important. So if we have paucity of sources, if we do not have any coaching guidance, or if we are like feeling to have good material, what we can do is we can go by the previous year questions, and we can just pick out the words. Like if it is limits to growth, if the question is about food security, famine, cause, effect, and remedies. So now what we can do is, if we do not have sources, we can maybe Google these terms, and we can understand like what famine is. Like, is famine is just about hunger? Is it just about the scarcity of is it related with just droughts, or is it even a larger term, a bigger term that includes a lot many things? It includes a lot many social things, that is the deprivation of food, not just in terms of geographical unavailability. So that is how we need to prepare these questions. Like what we say is that geography is very big, but if we go by the topics one by one, like there is food and nutrition problems, and we go through a lot of food and nutrition problem articles throughout. Like there are articles from UNICEF, there are articles that regularly come in the newspapers and all those things. So we can, if we have like paucity of sources. Otherwise there are certain standard books, like there is Rupa Made Simple, I guess, part 1 and part 2. Then there are certain books on, like for India we can have Majid Hussain and Khullar. So for these we can refer to these books, but what I would suggest is that these books are now not that much updated, because they do
Hmm.
not meet the demand of the questions. So better rely more on the dynamic aspects. We should know the keywords, what they mean, and then we should know like the case studies, the diagrams,